Hello and welcome to today's video. Inside this box, we have an iPhone 4 that I don't know if it's functional, but I do think it is on iOS 4, which is pretty rare to have an iPhone 4 on its original software. I think we're going to have to plug it into iTunes in order to get it to work because I don't think this iPhone has ever been activated before, or if it has, it's been restored. Either way, let's open this box and find out what's inside. All right, here is the iPhone. Let me get this to focus. There we go. All right, so it appears to be an iPhone 4, but it does have the antenna lines on the sides instead of on the top. So I guess we could look back here at the model and EMC number. Either way, let's get this thing powered on and see if it has any charge. And it's dead, but we do have the old style charging logo. So I'm going to plug this into power, and once it gets a little charge, we'll come back and see what we have. Here is the iPhone. I charged it a little bit, and we are met with this connect to iTunes screen. Overall, the phone looks to be in really good condition. I'm not seeing any damage anywhere on the device. No dents or cracks. It looks like it's got a screen protector on the display, which is nice to see. It might actually be a glass one. I can't tell, but back when the iPhone 4 came out, glass screen protectors were not as common as they are today. So either way, let's get this thing plugged into iTunes and see what happens. And I've got a MacBook here that we can do that with. We'll go ahead and plug in our 30-pin cable and connect it to the iPhone. And it looks like iTunes popped up right away, hopefully. And there we go. Didn't even have to do anything. The iPhone is ready to go. Here we are. This is definitely iOS 4. You can tell because the music icon is in the shape of an iPod, and it says iPod instead of music. And the default iOS 4 wallpaper is the water droplets. For those who are experts, you can tell actually that the settings icon has pointy gear teeth. We can compare that to iOS 6 here, which has a more rounded off gear. So lots of small details that allow you to pick out which version of iOS a device has. That's partially why I'm able to score so many of these rare iPhones and iPods. Let's go into settings and see what version we have. All right, 4.2.6. Looks like Verizon is the carrier on this model. This is a 16 gigabyte iPhone. Let's go ahead and test out the camera. When this iPhone was introduced in 2010, the camera got an upgrade to 5 megapixels, up from 3 in the 3GS. HD video recording was also introduced for the first time on an iPhone. I believe it was just 720p, but still an improvement over the 3GS. Obviously, the biggest, in my opinion, the biggest and most important change the iPhone 4 brought was the Retina display, which even today just looks gorgeous. Although this display is very small and the size was unchanged at 3.5 inches, the same as the original iPhone, which launched, I believe, in 2007. The iPhone 4 Also introduced a FaceTime camera on the front that allowed for taking selfies easily, as well as participating in FaceTime calls. We also got the addition of the LED flash on the back, a first for the iPhone, as well as this really nice metal frame that wraps all the way around the iPhone and kind of seals the glass on the front and the glass on the back together in this very neat and really nice looking package. If we go down to the bottom of the iPhone, of course we've got the home button here, but we also have a speaker and a microphone. I don't remember which one's which, but one of these is a speaker and one of these is a microphone. We also have two screws. Let's see if this will focus. Two screws there that can be undone, and the back cover actually just slides right off. Very nice and easy, and a great way to access the battery on the inside, and it also makes changing the rear glass, should that become damaged or cracked, replacing that is very easy. All you need is the correct screwdriver. The iPhone 4 launched with iOS 4, which brought lots of new features to the iPhone, including home screen wallpapers for the 3GS and the iPhone 4. So now you had the choice of not only changing the lock screen, but you could also change the home screen wallpaper and make them whatever you wanted. The iPhone 4 also brought us multitasking, as well as the volume controls here, the rotation lock switch, as well as quick music controls and access to the music app. So as many of you know, the iPhone 4 shipped with iOS 4 and would later get updates to iOS 5, iOS 6, and iOS 7. Although iOS 7 might be a little far reached for this thing, the A4 chip really cannot handle it very well. It is a single core, I believe 800 megahertz processor with graphics that are pretty underpowered for this Retina display. The iPhone 4 really revolutionized how people thought of phones, and especially the iPhone, with this very premium feel. I mean, you've got metal buttons here that feel very nice. The mute switch, also metal. Power button, also metal. You've got a microphone on the top, a nice looking headphone jack, and of course the gorgeous display. Overall, this is a great iPhone that still looks amazing today, and being able to have one of these on iOS 4 is pretty special. This was before iCloud and before iMessage, kind of the last true old school version of iOS. I hope you enjoyed this video, taking a look at this old iPhone 4 running its original version of iOS. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another one of my videos.